You're listening to Truly Unruly with Marcus and Jessica Trufant. What's up, y'all? Welcome to another installment of Truly Unruly with Marcus and Jessica Trufant. My name is Kel. That's Marcus.
Hey.
And that's Jessica. What's up, guys? How are we doing?
What's up?
Pretty good. We're surviving.
We're supposed to try not to say the same thing that we always say.
I just said we're surviving.
I know, but I was about to go into the troubles that we're having with.
Ooh, I'm shocked.
Yeah.
Not today, not him.
We're doing great. We're doing excellent.
Anywho, let's get into...
Put the smile on.
Pull it down.
Woo.
All right.
Anyway, let's get into today's email. It's pretty good. It's actually from a guy, and he says, I get too distracted during sex, which is very interesting. So he says, hi. So I believe that my wife and I have a pretty healthy sex life, but for the last few months, I've caught myself drifting off during intimacy. I don't know why I've become so easily distracted. For example, random outside thoughts will run through my head instead of me paying attention to the matter at hand. Now, I love my wife, and I still find my wife attractive after 14 years and 3 kids. But I feel like something is wrong with me. Our sex at times can feel routine, but with kids running around, you take what you can get. My wife has also started taking notice. She asked me once during sex a month ago, and I quote, "Are you even here? I don't want this to ruin my marriage and my sex life. Help."
Erectile dysfunction. Just kidding. I don't.
He's still in it, but he's not mentally
still in it, but
there.
He's not in it.
He's not mentally
but
there.
It could it could have something to do. I don't know how old he is. It could be age. It could be stress. He just could be having trouble. I think it might be a personal issue, and it has nothing to do with his wife. I hope he finishes. Just kidding. All right, cool.
I would say I hope he finishes too, but that's probably a pause moment or a yo, whatever we want to say. But yeah, man, it could just be one of those things, and I appreciate him reaching out to us to really find a solution for this. So what I would say is try to eliminate distractions, right? Maybe he's, just like you said, it could be stress induced and he's really caught up in something. So his mind is just wondering it. And to be honest, I wonder who's the initiator in the relationship.
I thought you were going to say, to be honest, I have those moments.
Where I'm not locked in? Yeah, no.
Well, I think it might be natural.
Well, not
sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes to not be.
No.
Okay.
I'm locked in. I'm
okay.
Focused on the movement, on the canvas, on the whole picture. You got your pretty little trees and you got your river over here. Yeah, I'm there. I'm locked in. I'm an artist, right?
Yeah.
So I'm painting, and I enjoy art. I enjoy art. I like to watch art. I like to see.
What the fuck
art.
Are you?
As in sex, as in intercourse, as in that was a metaphor that I was kind of going with.
I might have to leave this conversation already. Okay.
And again, everybody's different. Me, I'm locked in, I'm focused, but for some people, it's just not like that for them all the time. So try to eliminate distractions, put in a little extra effort. Maybe he needs to, I'm trying not to put it on the lady, but
no, it's obviously,
but it's
okay. Either he's lying and he's not really attracted to his wife of 14 years after 3 kids.
I'm not going to put that on them, but they need to work together. They need to come together and kind of get the mental part of it.
Does she help? I don't know. What?
I don't know.
Exactly. So I think it's more.
She can wine and dine them. She can increase her foreplay to really get them locked in, to really bring them in.
Oh my God,
if
shut
she has
up.
to
That is
tease,
not-
if she has to do anything, I'm just saying they should work together. It's him and he's coming to us for help. But again, I think he should try to eliminate distractions, whatever that may
But
be.
sometimes it's not, it's in your brain. It's like your brain is cycling. So, it could be caused by stress, anxiety, boredom, but I'm going to put that back there because probably not.
He did say things kind of can start to feel a little mundane.
Just stress. He said the kids are running around. He's got to get it. So he might be under pressure and you just never know.
Well, I see something here that says that you can practice mindfulness during sex and it allows you to immerse yourself fully and focus only on the physical sensations within your body. And also, I guess folks with ADHD can get distracted also during sex. I didn't know that either, which is very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to peg it as ADHD, but yeah.
Right. There's a lot of information I'm seeing right now on this, and this is like a big thing. There's a lot of like Reddit forums on this.
Mm-hmm.
Business Insider did something on this. But a lot of it has to do with like you guys said, stress, or for some folks, they might have had like physical trauma done to them. Okay. And so it's almost like a defense mechanism.
To check out is what you're saying.
Yeah,
go to another place.
Yeah, but
exactly.
Why does it suddenly happen? Something would have to trigger that.
Maybe it's always been there and he's just never really.
Well, then why 14 years later, all of this?
Because he found us and he needed some real help.
There was obviously there was an outside trigger.
Trust.
And stress can trigger shit like that too.
He could bring it back.
And maybe he's under a lot of stress and that just, hey, hit that button.
What else is interesting too is like when you guys said, what can, his wife do? Maybe when she like notices that he's like kind of like, dazing off, that she kind of maybe bring him back and try to like calm him down. Like, hey, take a couple deep breaths. Like, hey, relax, instead of just being like, hey, are you even here with me right now? Like, that'll make me even more fucking stressed out, I would think, right?
Easier said than done, though.
I'm like, wait a minute.
I mean, in the heat of passion, you kind of get that rejection type of feel from the wife's point of view, I would think, right? Are you even
anybody's
here?
Point of view.
That's a natural reaction. So yeah, I don't expect her to be like, oh.
Right. Oh, God, let me massage you a little bit more. Let me switch position. No, fuck that.
But guys, it's her husband, though. And if she knows it's not her, she's going to obviously want to do what she can in her power to make her husband like, because he's probably embarrassed too. Like, think about it. He's the one drifting off and dick probably getting limp. And it's like, oh, fuck.
He didn't say that, though. I didn't get that. He said that he's mentally checking out.
I know, but if you're
Mark, as soon as you mentally go, you physically go
out.
too. Yeah, you physically go too. As soon as you mentally check out, you're going to physically go too.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think so. And my thing is just thinking in terms of, like last week, I'll kill somebody, all that kind of stuff. Is there something else going on?
As in another person?
I don't know. Like another person, and you come, you're like, I'm still attracted to her. You can still be attracted to your wife and have an affair or be doing somebody else. And maybe that's it. He's distracted. Or I don't know, because if you're pretending like your wife is somebody else, maybe that helps.
Whatever it takes, right?
Whatever it takes. So, but I don't know. I don't know.
You know what I thought of immediately, like when he says his mind gets to one drifting, you said, is it somebody else? I'm thinking maybe, porn or something like that. Maybe he has a habit and he's looking for a unrealistic type of situation.
They've been together for 14 years.
What does that mean?
So he should have been looking for an unrealistic like, I don't know. Unless it suddenly became an addiction.
And he's saying that he still is excited, but he did throw in, it gets a little boring. So maybe he's bored. Maybe he's,
and that's it. He said it's boring. Oh yeah, he's fucking somebody else.
No,
you know what?
No.
Get ready. Get your gun. Get your fucking knives. Your nunchucks. Your nunchucks.
He's reaching out
your
to us.
Arsenic.
He's reaching out to us for help, and we're gonna help this man. We're gonna help this young man out, and young old man. I don't know.
I'm gonna help his wife. Get that arsenic.
Get your game.
I watched an episode of Forensic Files.
Get your game up. Because they would be saying that to us.
Puncture the bottom of Coca-Cola, like a bottle, and then put it in there. I saw an episode where he punched all the bottles and then put it on his neighbor's door because they were already sick from what he had done before. He was like, "Oh, what do you need? Oh, I would love some Coke." Punk, punk, punk. Okay. Anyways, he killed him. All right.
We're definitely gonna get canceled.
What I was saying is that if this was on the other side, and
it would be acceptable,
right? It would. So we do need to tap in with the wife and encourage her to encourage him and step it up a little bit.
He's the one reaching out to us.
I know.
So why do we have to tap into the wife?
Because she's a part of the team.
Well,
of helping him.
I guess she's a part of the problem, right?
Us and the wife, yeah. Because they're as one, they're equally
clearly they're not
yoked. Not quite yet, but we're trying to get them there. So wife, step it up.
I would need a little bit more detail though. Like just saying you're not interested, like what? Like, I don't know. Is okay.
I have a question, you guys. How often do you think people, this is kind of a side question, I guess, people think about someone else during sex? Or fantasize about someone else during sex. Do you guys think that happens more often than we actually think?
I think so.
Probably.
I would think so. Yeah. A lot.
Right. It might be like a natural thing. I don't know. I have no idea.
Wait, a natural thing? So
for guys, that is.
No, you can't. No, you can't make that one. No,
split it up like that. Just as much for women as well.
Or for more, it's like maybe I equate it to switching it up without literally switching it up, as in trading, swapping spouses, doing stuff like that. So, Dylan. So maybe having a little fuck fantasizing might, I don't know.
Might keep things spicy.
That might be
I don't like
sufficient.
that because I don't like that because now you're just using me like I'm your fucking dildo. Fuck that.
It just depends.
That too. Tread lightly because you sound like you're about to say something that's going to piss.
No, you just said that it's okay to fantasize about other guys to keep it spicy.
I didn't say other guys.
What I was going to say, are you saying other women? Fair.
Maybe.
Now you made me forget what I was going to say. I was going to say to be used like a dildo, to be sometimes that may have to be okay, right? In some relationships, that's just how they get down. Maybe they are involved in different type of lifestyle, or they do switch it up and they change things up, and that's what they need to keep their relationship fresh. So if one night I got to play the dildo role, okay. Then the next night, then we switch it up and you got to play something else.
What
you know
the
what I'm
fuck
saying?
are you even
Kel said
you switch. Okay, tonight is your night to
you're
fantasize.
Not listening.
Okay, I missed.
Okay, I'm gonna go back. Kel said if the woman is fantasizing about someone else, he feels used and abused, right?
Right.
And I say sometimes that may have to be okay in some relationships. And then, okay, if I'm used and abused this night, then the next night we're gonna switch, and then I'm gonna abuse you.
No, that's not how it works.
Nicely.
Guys. I got stats. Wait, I got stats.
Nice, serious thought. You were way too serious saying that. Maybe one night, hand me that.
What?
That little piece right there. Because I need an ocular. Maybe one night.
What's an ocular?
Maybe one night she uses a dildo.
Just
Like in all seriousness, what are you? Okay,
It
anyways,
is.
go.
Interesting stat. So this first one is from 2018, and it says researchers believe that 98% of men and 80% of women fantasize about someone else while having sex with their partners. Now, here is another stat from 2023. Half of Americans are in serious relationships admit to thinking about someone else besides their partner during sex, and that's 49%. And then this is from Men's Health from 2021. They say, you're not going to want to hear this, I guess, for fellas, but 72% of women in long-term relationships fantasize about other men they know while having sex.
Not surprised.
All right, those are disheartening statistics.
Isn't it though? Doesn't it make you not want to be in a relationship low key though? It's kind of like, because you just know over time this is going to become routine, and this motherfucker's going to start thinking about somebody else. I might even start thinking about somebody else. What are we doing here?
I mean, you're still doing it. I mean, you still love the person.
You just got to take your guard down. Don't be so offended by stuff, maybe. Right?
I'm offended. If you better tread lightly. Because if you're doing all that hooping and hollering, and you're thinking of somebody else,
let's not be so offended. I'm fine. I told you where I'm at. I told you I'm okay with being the dildo. If you want to use me, you can use me. Fine. So I'm saying that we need to, I guess, stop being so sensitive. And maybe if this woman in this question maybe wouldn't be so rigid.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're saying there's...
I'm joking. No,
there's rigid. No. Okay, well then you get the non-rigid from, like you said, either porn or from fucking somebody else.
Maybe this is just
I can't even talk about my exes. So if I were to say I was fantasizing about them,
I was about to actually be the jackass to ask the question too. I was like, can I be the asshole to ask the question?
About
either one of you ever fantasize about, I don't know.
Why would you do that?
And not an ex, but like maybe like someone famous or like a, like a famous crush you may have. I don't know. Have you ever done that though? Like outside of each other, like in past relationships that you guys have been in or other transgressions you've ever been in with other people, have you ever fantasized about somebody else?
Transgressions, I like that. I'll go first. No, I didn't need to fantasize about other people. I just stepped out of my relationship or went and talked to somebody else. So I didn't care to...
that nigga kept it real.
Yeah, I didn't care to fantasize. It really... I guess I'm not that creative.
I was gonna say, right? You guys saw his. Right. You guys see his.
I'm not that creative, so I didn't need that. If I wanted,
he's not about fantasy.
And if I want to do something else, I'll go and do it.
Dude, I was gonna say you're a real one. He said, "Fuck the fantasy. Right. I'm gonna go live. I'm gonna go live it."
Okay. Yes.
Fair. I think that's men, of course, they do it all the time. The stats say it, but I think that's more of
there's 1%ers.
A woman thing. I want to protect my man's feelings, but this is what I really want to do, right? I really want Mr. Smith that comes over and does the plumbing or whatever. So after he leaves, we're gonna have some good sex tonight, but I'm gonna be thinking about Mr. Smith. That's what the movies say, at least. So something like that.
He would have to be the bombest plumber that I have ever seen in my life. Honestly, to what you said earlier about ADHD, I have ADHD, so I cannot be locked in on other people. I don't know. It just doesn't work. I'm easily distracted in general. So if I were to... I'm laughing. You were dead fucking serious.
When?
Like, I can be a dildo or whatever you were fucking saying before. Anyways, right. In all seriousness, like no Use smile, me. Like all business for you. But
what does that mean? What does that mean? Or
He's all business. You guys have no idea. He's so
Lord business.
I know the funny side of him, but he's so fucking stiff.
Pause.
I mean, he's stiff in multiple ways, but still.
I'll take it.
Yeah. I forgot what I was saying, but
that you can't focus on other people because
that's right.
you have ADHD.
That I cannot. It's right there. Good point. So I don't have time to fantasize about other people when I'm trying to achieve a goal.
What's your goal?
But I think that some people, I think it might help them achieve their goal.
What's your goal? Don't get uncomfortable. This is truly unruly. This is what we
do.
Alone,
please. Yeah.
Sorry.
So this dude, I think the first step he should do is express his concerns to his lady and see if there's something that they can do together to try to make sure that he is relaxed, he is calm, and he is in the present, because he is not in the present. And the fact that you're sitting here trying to do the butterfly in that thing, and your woman can look at you in the face and be like, you're not here right now. Like,
that's tough.
The fact that she could see it on your face, something's going on.
That is tough. That's like the damages. Yeah. It's like the bruised.
It's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think that does to her? I don't want to say ego, but like her like feelings, and
it makes you feel inadequate. Something's wrong with you.
You're not good enough.
Yeah. Did I stretch out too much? Like,
ouch.
Is it a hot dog down a hallway? Like what?
See, a guy can't say that. See, if a dude says that, then every woman in the comments is like, motherfucker, babies come out of there. Right. Our pussy stretches back.
It's true, though. Stretch. It is true. You guys don't have to have your shit like, we do the most amazing thing ever.
You do.
That's true. Very true.
Is push some babies out of, what is it? Watermelon out of a lemon. So yeah. Maybe shit is stretched out. Maybe it does happen. However, they've been together for 14 years. So it couldn't be that stretched out.
Do you think after having sex with the same person for 14 years and having 3 kids and just going through that whole process and I guess cycle of life and relationship, you just get to a point where it's just becomes so routine that it's like, there ain't no coming back from that? Is that even possible?
Kel, great point. Like, what kind of sex are they having? Is it granola?
Vanilla.
Vanilla. Sorry.
Vanilla.
Sorry about that. Yeah. Well, vanilla, granola, whatever. Are they having granola sex? And
granola has flavor, though, Jess.
More vanilla sex? Vanilla has flavor, too, though.
Could be granola though, as well.
Yeah, that's
crunchy and such, but
no, just bland.
Oh.
Prune and raisined. Sorry.
Right, and he wants something more, but like you said, he needs to vocalize it. Say something.
Or what I was going to say about this lady, that her feelings could be hurt from a situation like this, or this could send her to the next level. Right? Okay. This is how it's going to be. All right, I'm going to step it up. I'm going to step my game up, and you better be ready for me for the next
get the whips, the chains,
14
the pulls,
years, right?
The swing. Yep.
And I've been holding back, but now that I see, all right, I'm going crazy now. And just like you said, I'm bringing out the chains. I'm bringing out all this other stuff. And so it's going down now, and we'll see where we go from there.
Yeah, and if that doesn't work, fuck somebody else.
Bring in Mr. Smith. God damn it. I knew you was going to say that.
She always talking about fucking somebody else.
I know. This is scary, man. This is getting scary.
You live with her, brother. So what about because I've always heard from people that have been married for a substantial amount of time that oral sex changes a lot too when you're married for a long time. So in those beginning years, she's trying to impress you, and she's giving you that sloppy, messy, toppy, gawk 3000, And then all of a sudden it's like, all right, we're 12 years in, 13 years in. She don't feel like even doing that no more. Do you think like that is a big part of it too, where it's like, yo, like it's become like lazy sex almost?
You know what? I think it's all subjective. Some people need that. They need the oral sex with the this, with the that, with this, all of the fixings and shit. Some people don't need that. Some people really enjoy granola sex. And that's, why do I keep saying, I want it to be fucking granola.
Shit,
I don't know. And in my head, I'm visualing the green bag of granola that I buy for, okay, anyways, vanilla sex. And so I think also, hell yeah, you're doing everything you think you should be doing in the beginning. Hell yes. And after time passes, kids come, all that kind of stuff, I don't know. And if you stop doing that, it just proves that you were just doing it to please your dude. And it's not really your thing. So if the dude is up in arms about that at 14 years, oh, fucking well. Doesn't make sex boring because you don't do those things.
My take on it is it's a two-way street. We're talking about the granola-ness of a relationship or just the sex. And I think I personally maybe, I'm going to take back putting too much pressure on the lady, right? It's up to the dude as well to keep his lady interested so she is giving him exactly what he needs, right? It's a two-way street.
It's a two-way
street. So kids, all that kind of good stuff. It's excuses. They're real excuses and they're real things, but you got to find a way to get back to dating, to doing a little bit of what you did in the beginning. It might be a small piece of that, but you got to find a little piece of that to keep the relationship spicy. Find once or twice a week to laugh and date and just be like you used to be in the beginning. And easier said than done, of course, with kids and all that kind of stuff, but you got to find a way to get back to the middle. So I challenge this man to pour into his lady and see if things change a little bit. Are you focusing on everything but your lady? Sometimes maybe you got to look at yourself.
And do you think like, do you have a conversation? Do you ask your spouse things like, hey, do you think that you can fully fulfill my sexual appetite? Like, is that an appropriate question to ask?
Not after 14 years, no.
Got you. Well,
I disagree.
If it's changed,
I disagree.
It's changed drastically.
I don't think there's any.
Could you feel my sexual appetite? Like, what are you saying? If I can, is it over? Like, I don't get it. Like,
it's just a question.
Is it a precursor? Are you warning me?
He's or maybe the question should be.
Is that a foreshadowing?
Flipped around, right? Can I fulfill you? Are you into this, right? I'm looking for a little bit more. Let's take this to the next level. So all questions are good questions. I don't think there's a question that should be off limits, especially after 14 years.
Right. And it could fall apart. Like you said, if he's not into it, she eventually is not going to be into it. Mm-hmm. And it's going to cause a lot of problems. And to your point, I do agree that when you still date, laugh, your friends, you do all this kind of stuff together, I think it makes it a little bit easier to
stay locked in.
To stay locked in and do all those kinds of stuff.
Enjoy that canvas and like exactly what you see for 14 years, for 16 years, for 20 years.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would just suck.
It
to
would
be having sex with your partner for
that's scary.
However long you've been with them
it
for.
Is. Yeah, that's scary.
And then all of a sudden in your head, you're wandering off and you're like, do I even like this motherfucker?
But a lot of people go through it, Kel, and that's really the scary thing. I know you read those stats, and that's trippy, but I get it. A lot of people are unhappy in their relationships. So I wonder, and I thank Jesus.
Oh God. I wonder about that. Like, God, like you don't know as a woman. And it's like, for a guy, if you're having sex, it's just like, yay, it's the best. And
no.
it's in game. No. And all right.
But see, Jess, but that's why I asked that question, because it's like, if the sex has become routine and I'm trying to get into it and she's just like, well, we're doing it this way because I don't feel like doing it that way. And that just is what it becomes. It's like, hey, I have this sexual appetite, like, and I want to do different things and I want to, explore and try all these things, but you just want to have this just vanilla sex all the time. I got to ask the question. It's not a precursor. It's like, do you think you can satisfy? Because if not, like, we need to have a conversation about this because we're not on the same page.
Well, yes. And what if she is like, well, and gives you the answer you don't want to hear? What are you going to do? Are you going to?
Then that's the thing, is like, when you cross that bridge, then that's when you have to face that. I mean, like Marcus said, like, if you've been with somebody for so long, no question should be off limits.
Right.
Like, no, unless it's like disrespectful, obviously, but like, no question should be off limits. You should be able to have any and every conversation with somebody that you've been with for over a fucking decade.
Right.
Damn near 20 years. Like,
you're right.
So,
and
it sounds good. It sounds good for this woman, this lady, to be like, okay, my husband has came to me in this way, and no, I don't want to participate in that, or I don't want to go that route. I don't think that would be a true statement. If you've been together for this long and she loves her husband like she's supposed to, you want the best, and you want your husband to be satisfied. You want him to be happy in his home with his woman. So she should be up to doing the majority. I'm not going to say everything, but doing the majority to satisfy your husband.
How
Am I wrong
do we
in saying
know that that's even the
if
case?
He's voicing
he
it.
said nothing.
If he's voicing it, though, if he's saying it out loud, this is what I'm looking for.
When she said, you're not even here, what was his response?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Like, that's where, if she says that, then I think that should trigger a conversation, an explanation, something. Me, I would be poking like, hey, why? What's going on? What? Let's get to the bottom of this. Blah, blah, blah. And that's another thing, self-awareness, self-reflection. Is it me? And what do you need me to do? What, like you said, what am I doing? Let me switch it up.
See, I'd smooth it over. If I got caught on blast like that, I'd been like, oh no, it's nothing. I just got to go pee.
Well,
that might work too.
It might work.
Please.
And then you go back.
The only time you're doing that is if you're trying to hold on.
You got to regroup, man.
Save some time.
You got to regroup.
On the back end, literally.
Do you guys just think that he should just have a very, very honest conversation with his woman?
He should be able to.
Like, so honest that it's slightly uncomfortable?
If he prefaces the conversation with, I would like to talk to you about what you mentioned last night. And before we talk about this, it's uncomfortable for me to talk about. But would you be open to listening and hearing what I'm saying? It's not you specifically, right? It is an us thing, and let's talk about it and work through it. And I would be more open to hearing what he has to say that way.
Good job. I agree with that. Yeah. Start it off by saying or set it up more like, what can I do for you to help us?
Right. Let me just
in this situation.
Let me just explain where I'm coming from.
Definitely don't go in pointing the finger. That's
right.
That's exactly the wrong thing to do.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
Well, I just hope that, however he would approach it, that she doesn't find a way to make it solely about her, because women tend to do that.
It's hard not
we'll just find a way. I understand, but like, if he's like, I'm having issues, and it might just be his own, just like we said, his own just personal shit. Like, she has to come with open ears and be like, okay, like, and be understanding, and not just immediately get defensive and put her hands up and just make it about her all of a sudden. And then it's like this whole like, oh my God, now we've steered away from addressing the problem, because now we've made it about her, and
Mhm.
she just now feels inadequate. So now I got to figure out a way to pad this and make this smooth this over so she doesn't feel insecure and inadequate when it's actually about me, and it's my as the man, it's his issue,
Right. That's hard.
Or
That's
it's
my
his
only
one,
thing.
or it's his
It's
need,
hard.
and
It's
his
easier
need
said than
again is
done.
not being met because it's being flipped on the wife again, and she's taking control.
Right.
of
It's flipped on the wife, and it can be flipped the other way too, I think. Oh,
Stay
wait.
focused while you're in bed.
I got it.
What?
It can be flipped the other way, because if the roles were reversed, pretty sure you would feel some type of way. Don't tell me you'd be like, yes, let me listen about what I'm not doing or what I need to be different. I think it would offend you. It would offend the fuck out of him.
Women do this anyway.
What do
As
we-
far as being disengaged, not being here, I'm tired, I got a headache, all this other stuff.
It's not.
So
well,
that's accepted, and we've already talked about this earlier. That's okay though for women to be in that space, but when it's a man,
literally what it literally.
but when
is,
it's a man, it's terrible, and he better clean this up and get this fixed up, right?
You guys are wired quite differently.
I know, but that's not what we're talking about, though.
Yeah, we are.
You said if it was flipped.
If it was flipped, you would feel some type of way. If I came to you, like Kel was like, oh, you're going to make it about you. Secretly, you guys are making it about you too. You're offended. Your
Not secretly.
butt ass hurt.
Out loud. Not secretly, out loud.
Well, yeah.
But in any event, it does need to be addressed. And again, it's a we thing. It is a we thing. And that's how the conversation should go.
Right. Maybe you guys watch porn together. Maybe you.
Or you can just be an asshole, and if it was a situation was flipped, I have to respond to this. If the situation was flipped, I'll just go and fuck somebody else, and then you ask that person if I was disconnected.
Fuck her friend, fuck her sister,
her
fuck her
friend,
cousin.
fuck her
fuck
mom.
her sister, fuck her mom.
Fuck her grandma, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever you can get a hold of.
I had to sneak that in.
That is funny.
But no, this was good though. I hope homie gets it figured out, man. He doesn't have to have a for real conversation though with his woman,
Right.
Like straight up.
I hope whatever is
has to
going
happen.
on is resolved.
Right. Word. Truly Unruly, y'all. Marcus and Jessica Trufant. My name is Kel. Listen to us on your favorite podcasting platform. Remember to like, subscribe, leave a review. You can catch the visual over on YouTube also, and follow the page Truly Unruly _podcast on Instagram, and catch us every Sunday on Converge. Boom.
Yeah.
I think that is it. Word. All right, y'all. Till next time. Peace and much love.